full circle, which is kind of cool. It definitely ate a lot of Papa John's pizza back then, and the little banana peppers that come with the order. So definitely use that exclamation mark giveaway. We're going to get into doubles. I guess it's top 6 at this point, technically. We got SFAT and Krudo on one side, and we got Curve, and I believe that's SDJ, even though I don't.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, Curve SDJ. Not to be confused with S2J. It's SDJ from Texas.
I believe Curve actually already put SFAT into losers, so
in singles,
bit of a doubles revenge here.
Might be a little bit doubles revenge going on, but SFAT, you know, say what you will. I mean, obviously he's a phenomenal singles player, so you probably don't have a lot to say. But even if you did have things to say about him in singles, you still wouldn't be able to say anything about him in doubles. He's that good.
Absolutely. That's a good argument for doubles GOAT.
When you certainly, I mean, yeah, at least half of the team, right?
Yeah, the team is the real
roster. SDJ, oh, I thought SDJ might have been able to go for another rest, but doesn't even need it.
I'll say this: I've been commentating all doubles throughout today. SDJ is playing so hot.
I want to look out for that. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of rests so far already. Oh,
that died! I couldn't believe that. Yeah, that might have been exactly it.
That might have been exactly it. That might have even been like a little bit more DI to the side and you just live.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been a rest, I think.
Oh, Opsitech on a forward smash. Really good awareness right there from Krudo.
Yeah. Krudo, always have been a big fan of Krudo style, to be honest with you, ever since I first watched Krudo play at the National Arcade a couple years ago. Krudo getting second at one of those National Arcadians.
I was asked by the great Edwin Budding if I had a player to pick to potentially break into the upper echelon, who would I pick? And I said Krudo.
Well, Krudo, you know why Krudo's such a great answer for that? You know why that's such a great answer? Because at Big House, I don't remember if it was at Budwin, it might have been Wheat, it might have been, I don't think it was Ambi. Maybe it was even E-tossed, actually. But one of the, anyway, I think it was actually E-tossed. But basically, the question was, who is the best player in the world, the highest ranked, that Bobby Scar's never heard of? And the answer was Krudo. Number 19, I believe, in the world. And Scar did not know who he was by face or by name.
So that really goes to show how much the Krudo brand can grow.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, top 20 in the world is usually, the level of skill where people really are starting to take notice, and I think for Krudo, his star can only rise. Right.
This game, though, they've got to make a bit of a comeback.
It's actually
holding at 113. Yeah. This is a very close game.
Yeah, right there. Curve not going for up air on the up throw. Ooh, SDJ. Dang, blue team's going to close it out.
That was beautiful. They both won their 1v1 on either side. Yeah,
very important. Because that could have easily gone south, especially with SDJ being at like 113%, right?
Yeah. And made a read, actually. Just was, realized that SFAT would very likely go for a high up B, because that's what people do, and just jumped out there as Puff and got a back hit.
As one does. As Puff is wont to do. Want, like, W-O-N-T.
Yeah. Reading recoveries is actually, want to do.
Yeah, as one is want to do.
Because I don't really understand that that's another use of the word want. Like, why?
Huh?
Why? The word want doesn't mean that in any other context. Like, other than that phrase.
Oh, you don't use that word, I think, outside of that phrase.
Are there words like that in English? Where they only apply to one phrase?
I feel like maybe they used to use that word more often and we kind of stopped, except for that one phrase.
Because, like, what does the definition of want in that phrase?
Right, W-O-N-T. It's such a weird word, right?
Yeah, like, what is...
Your phone, like, a default phone will... It's such a weird word that a default phone will autocorrect
you,
to W-O-N''T. Yeah. Thinking that you made a mistake.
I don't know how I would use the that want in any other context. I don't even know how.
We could start. It probably means as one is likely to do, or
well,
like
I know
as
what the
one
phrase
is
means.
tending
but what does
to
the want in it mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like
as one is likely.
Like you've got a tendency to do something. Like
does want mean likely?
I guess you could Google.
So if I say SFAT Krudo.
But they're want to go up like 3
to win
stops
this set.
This game too.
Does that mean they're likely to win the set?
It means they would tend to. Oh, can you get the gimp here? Oh, but SDJ with the. You're right, man. STJ's
That's
cracked.
just cracked.
Dude, sometimes I watch characters that can't scar jump. Like, STJ grabbed the ledge, and I was like, oh, dude, scar jump would be so juicy here, but you can't do it because you don't have a wall
jump. Do you think
jump.
Melee would be a better game if every character could just wall jump?
You know what the funny thing is? It'd be so easy for them to, because every character has a wall jump animation.
True, because the tech jump, yeah.
Tech, right? So, like, they easily could have just done it.
It's interesting that it's not universal.
Right. Some of the characters, it's really arbitrary. Like, I think, like, Pikachu can't, but Pichu can.
Yeah, would he
like,
lose the ability in the evolution?
Right. Is that a thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, SFAT, I will say, like, having watched PewFat over the years, this has always been a stage where, like, they bring you here. Obviously, this isn't Pew Pew, this is Krudo, but I think at least with SFAT, it still sort of stands where, yeah, he'll bring you here, they'll run you over because the team combos will just flow, and they'll do such a better job of, like, abusing the fact that you can't get away and play the 2 1v1s game. It's always doubles. It's always a scrappy doubles game, right? Look at that, dude.
Wow, that game was a blowout.
Game was a blowout. That game was a blow up. And SFAT and Krudo just had a glow up from that game 1 where they did not win.
Though they were wanting to win.
Oh, they sure did.
That doesn't work. That's the other word. That's the other want.
That's another word.
I don't know how to use it.
Those two words might be related. Those two words might have a similar, you know, etymology origin, right?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
No, yeah.
Oh, Krudo, dude.
Oh, rest.
Oh! Yeah, dude.
I think I saw an S2J game with 5 rests is currently the S2J record for this tournament. So again, kind of beasted. You get 5 rests buff in a game, you should not lose that game.
Absolutely not.
Okay, doesn't actually cover that, but almost does.
You remember when... No, you weren't around for that.
What?
You were East Coast back then.
Oh.
And whenever I think of 5 rests in a game, I always think of that doubles game where back when Phil used to play Puff. The real ones remember when Phil played Puff. You had a little Puff era.
Yeah. And that's why Phil actually is a huge Puff Flight fan.
Right.
Phil is a secret Hungry Box fan.
I can see it. I can see it. Anyway, him and Brandon in a teams tournament, Phil got like 5 rests in one game on Lovage and Larry, actually. Def.
Yeah.
As he was known back then. Larry would go on to break a copy of Melee. And then
that really broke us all down.
It really did. But then he wore that really iconic green, blue, and red outfit,
which became
posed
a
in his
huge
kitchen.
meme.
Yeah, and then that one.
Oh, S2J
won the hearts of everyone.
Yeah.
Rest, dude.
Yeah, has enough time, barely. I think if an air release actually saves Krudo there from a rest.
This is such a swingy set.
Wow, doesn't get this edge guard.
Like when the blue team has the room to back off, you know, when they're able to play these larger stages and kind of play their game, and SDJ gets to cook.
I think it's because Curve is able to like basically take the time with the, you know, the 2v1.
Yeah.
Whereas when it's like kind of like too much is happening all at once, Curve just get team comboed, you know.
And SFAT really thrives in that kind of situation, I feel.
Absolutely. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Bro, I was watching.
And teams, you can't do anything about the moments like that.
You can, yeah. You feel bad. Sometimes you say sorry to your teammate, but what can you really do? Your job as the teammate getting hit there is not to misunderstand what happened and get mad at your teammate.
Yeah.
That's like your one. Ooh, he's actually gonna live.
Well, that dare is sick. Get up attack. Oh.
Yeah, get up there. Oh my.
Drill rest.
You'll get it eventually.
And that might have been 5. Was that 4 rests?
4 sounds correct to me, man.
Sounds about right.
Krudo's really, I really like Krudo. I've never really spoken to Krudo.
I haven't said a word to Krudo in my life.
But I have a very distinct recollection at the Ludwig Smash Invitational. I was commentating Leffen versus IBW, and you know, like the vibe was, you know, we were kind of goofing around on the couch and stuff, right? And I said something like, one of them missed an Armada Shine, like on the other, it was a Fox Ditto, and I said something like, Armada hits that in 2016. The meta truly hasn't changed. And for some reason, I looked to my left, and Krudo was standing right there, and he was cracking up. Like, he thought it was so funny. And I was like, I like this guy.
That does sound pretty funny. That does sound pretty funny.
I would have laughed, and I like that Krudo, I never talked to him, but he really liked that. So, I don't know. For some reason,
That's your Krudo memory.
That's basically my Krudo memory, yeah. I'm just like, oh, Krudo likes my stupid sense of humor, so I like him.
Nice. Sometimes it's all it takes to like someone.
Right?
Just like one little moment. You're like,
one little moment like that.
I like that guy.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Also, I will say, actually, no, that's not true. The other time that I guess I interacted with Krudo, we didn't really talk too much, but at Big House, me and Zeke did get run over by him and Panda in winner's bracket of doubles. Krudo and Panda, like, kind of, I think they might have 4 and 5 stock. Wow, I mean, okay. I don't know. You know, whatever.
Yeah, you know, who's counting?
Who's counting? They're good, you know. Yeah. They're good at the video game. It's fine.
It's not a bad loss. Okay, so now we have SFAT and Krudo, which some would have said were the prohibitive favorites to win the event. On the
SFAT
back,
and Krudo?
Yeah, they're in losers now. You know, this could be it for them.
Yeah, it's definitely a competitive tournament, right? Like, it's, you know, we're in this era of doubles where we don't have any super duper killer teams.
Right.
Like, at least at this event. I think one of the more interesting teams that I want to see more of in the future is that IBDW JMOOC.
That seems to be one of the teams to beat right now.
Yeah.
There's also basically any team with Plup HBucks.
Yeah, Plup HBucks is phenomenal. Yeah. Got a shout out, of course, Ralph Dark Adam. I don't think they're teaming at this event. At least I didn't. Maybe they are. I don't know. Ralph Dark Adma and I guess Fat Goku Ginger, who are definitely here, are two ridiculous teams. This is the
big spacing. Yeah, this is a spacing war right now.
Yeah, and definitely the closest game we've had so far.
And still, like, once again, with space, the blue team's been doing really well in neutral. But red has had center stage for a very long time.
Yep, the logic in doubles, if you're if you're a fledgling doubles fox, the logic is basically, unless you have very good reason to, you should be up being high when you're recovering. You basically always up be high. Why? Because usually they can't really get a good edge guard. They have to go for a
jump up
air.
there too.
Right.
Which takes time and let your teammate save you.
Right, and even if they hit you, you're gonna get to recover again. Right. If you go low and they guess right, there's no amount of any shenanigans that your teammate can do to prevent you getting edgehogged and just kind of fall to your doom.
It's just there's no good risk reward for going low like that.
Right. So you only do it unless you're absolutely sure that like no one's going to be able to cover it.
Oh, saved by S2J, but it actually ends up costing.
Yeah.
Red team really taking advantage of that moment. That moment actually swung the game.
Jeez Louise, dude.
Oh, misses the wave dash.
Dude, just off the percents, like, this is actually pretty dicey because SDJ inherently cannot really take that many risks. Oh, geez. And they are piling on damage on the curve in the center here. Okay, big back.
Oh, needs this edge guard. It's very tough. I love the center.
R here. I'm a dumbass. For some reason,
I thought they were. I didn't want to correct you.
I was hoping you did. I was hoping you would, rather.
Because that wasn't 100%. That was 90%, but not 100. And that's all I
said 90, yeah. And 90 leaves a little bit of room for doubt.
Right.
You know?
Uh-oh, 2v1 moment. I actually think Krudo's favored here.
Oh, the forward tilt almost connecting, dude.
Keep in mind that very little damage and then one grab and you have a grab rest. So
yeah, and you see how many jabs Krudo's throwing out? Oh, careful.
Okay, rest is a possibility now. She really needs to close this out very soon because this little damage that's coming in does add up.
The tough thing here is like okay, nice
great TI by the way by the Fox.
Oh, that's so colossal is the word I want to use.
Krudo has to clutch to keep them in the bracket.
Dude. Oh, what a grab!
Huge grab.
And but misses. He tried to reaction forwarder him like JMOOC did that one time.
Yeah. Like the rising forward air?
The rising forward air tech chase. I guess it's just a thing that you can do. That was really clutch.
You don't think that was a mistake?
No. I think he meant to do that.
He meant to just rising it.
I think he meant to do that for sure. It's just hard.
It is hard.
It's a difficult enough technique that I ran into Bobby Scar later that day, and he said, Toph, did you know J-Mook can reaction tech chase with a rising forward air? You know how hard it is to get Scar to freak out about like a Sheik technique?
Honestly, it was one of the cutest things about Genesis was that Bai was just jumping around.
For J-Mook.
Yeah, because he had never heard of this guy before. Right. He's like, this guy got second? He's like, who is this guy? And he was just jumping up for joy. Like, he's using needles and he's a ninja. And I was like, yeah, Sheik's pretty, he's a good Sheik.
That's funny.
I know, man.
That's funny.
I mean, we were all shocked too.
You're too Barth Pill to appreciate stuff like that.
No. I appreciate Sheik in time.
Okay. Okay. Well, I get it. I just want to tell you, as someone who I've played a fair bit of Marth Sheik, and I get it. It is. I played that match from both sides.
Sheik's
it's annoying.
Maybe my third or fourth best character now, so she's in the rotation.
Like your Sheik. Like the blur Sheik.
Yeah, so I can appreciate
the bleak.
The bleak.
The outcome is bleak.
It actually is very bleak.
No.
For them.
For them. I love it.
Call it aimless, but not for me.
You know? Yep, I do know. Scrappy little situation
on the
here.
Day, though. Sometimes my Sheik just nothing's happening for it.
Say again.
Sometimes my Sheik nothing's happening for it, though. You know.
I know, dude.
It's a day by day thing.
But isn't that kind of life? Right.
I think it's actually secondaries.
Nothing's happening.
Secondaries are like that. Sometimes your main just it never gets that bad, right? Your main.
Yeah.
Well, your secondary sometimes you're like, oh my god, I just can't play this character anymore. What happened? You know what I'm talking about.
And you just gotta, just play someone else.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not that character's day.
Because you're not soul bonded to them the same way.
There's really something to be said, like in Melee, like when you're playing your main, like there's a level of familiarity where you can kind of trust, like in a weird new situation, I will be able to feel out what to do. Right. And sometimes you don't get that with your secondaries, No. A lot of the time, that's when things get a little weird.
And Melee, things get weird like every other second.
Like, dude, oh my god, look at Krudo handling business. Oh, Krudo went for that, and I like it, but
this actually is a stock. Okay, S2J protects curve.
Oh, that's huge damage.
Tons of damage.
Oh my god.
Force smash, actually a brilliant move. That was probably an accident. Okay. Krudo should have trusted there. But Krudo should have trusted there. After that, SFAT's supposed to up air that.
It worked out anyway, though, right? Because it was like a weak back air that actually set up beautifully.
They are sandwiching hard.
Really are.
Oh, Red Team's kind of finding a groove. If I was other people in this tournament, I'd be kind of worried. Based on what I'm starting to see right now.
I feel it.
Krudo's starting to play well. We're starting to seeing some good synergy.
SFAT just opting to go for up throw nair there. Oh, can Krudo save?
Wait a second.
Whoa, everyone died. And they're all waiting. S2J alone left a back air thin air.
Okay. Top platform fight. Top platform fight. So much damage.
Yeah, but any damage trades are going to work out in favor of the red team just because SFAT's got those 2 stock to play with.
And SFAT wants to hold these stocks clearly. He's actually letting Krudo lead. Usually SFAT's known to be like a carry type player, right? But he's actually letting Krudo lead. Clearly that's what Krudo's comfortable as.
I mean, I think it makes sense. He's got SFAT's just a very flexible player, I think, at this point.
He's so experienced in doubles that he can do whatever. So we're seeing a bit of support SFAT now.
Oh, that could have been it.
I like what I see. I mean, you're not supposed to have the Sheik in front normally, especially when the Sheik is a higher percent. But
the thing
in this
about
scenario,
right, Sheik's not going to get gimped the same way as the thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's just going to do it. Nice job.
Wow.
And Sheik, with the needles, with the forwarders, you can threaten. Like if they're just going to kind of hang out at the ledge, I think Sheik is probably the best character at pressuring the ledge. Because, like, what are you going to do? You're going to ledge stall? Needles. Back up and throw out a back air, throw out a forward air. Krudo handled that